Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. What does that even mean? What's happening, guys? It's Gabriel here, and I'm so excited to get into another What Does That Even Mean video, and to be discussing some very famous words that were spoken by Jesus himself and are often recited among Christians today as a source of comfort. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. But what do these words actually mean? Well, just as we have done in previous videos in the series, we are going to take a look at the context that surrounds these words to help us understand what Jesus was really saying. Those words follow an invitation from Jesus to all those who are burdened. He says that anyone that is feeling this way can come to him and find rest for their souls. He says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart." So what does he mean by a yoke or being burdened here? Well, firstly, feeling burdened in this sense is when something that we are trying to carry in our own strength without the help of God causes us to worry or distress. Other things like sin and guilt can also cause us to feel burdened. Secondly, by yoke, Jesus was referring to the tool that would be put over the necks of two animals to harness them together so they could pull heavy loads, like in this picture. Although on the surface, this might give the idea that Jesus actually wants us to work and not rest, he is actually calling us to do both. This is because the work he calls us to will provide us with the rest that he promises. Jesus says that the work that pleases God is simply believing in him and abiding or staying rooted in him. So this is the yoke that Jesus calls us to put on, simply believing and abiding in him. And in exchange, he has taken the yoke that we would otherwise carry and be burdened with, a yoke heavy with the price of our sin and condemnation that we deserve. But not only that, in becoming human and living on earth, he has given us the greatest example on how to live our lives the right way. We just need to follow him. We no longer need to strive, but just accept his love, follow him, and allow him to give us freedom from every burden and peace with God. So when we understand this, the words, "My yoke is easy and my burden is light," become much clearer. As we walk in closeness with Jesus, we are given a yoke that is actually a joy to bear and no longer need to be burdened with heaviness. No, this does not mean that walking with and living for Jesus is easy, but as we are obedient to God's Holy Spirit inside of us, it becomes much, much easier. How comforting. Well, that's it for today's video. We hope you can all go away knowing more confidently that you don't have to strive to earn Jesus' love or to find peace in your soul, but simply need to believe, abide, and follow in his steps and allow him to give you rest. See you guys in the next video.